It has been decided in Intergalactic Centre, the governing body of the All Galactic, the cosmos, this part of the cosmos, this galaxy we're in, which is an independent galaxy, independent of any other galaxy. Although they have some connection between other galaxies, but there's only a limit to how far you can get beyond the galaxy. It's just one of those things. The people at Centre of Galactic Centre, they haven't got over that. To travel within their own galaxy is difficult enough. But what they've done, they've had a vote. And they've had a vote on humanity, and they've been watching this planet for a long time. The flying saucers or UFOs that people have actually seen. And you can see them. Look at the sky enough at night time, you will see things up there that are not planes, airplanes or jets. There's something else. So we can see it for ourselves. Are things that come and go, and not on an irregular basis, out in and out of the atmosphere. And what they are, well, they're just intergalactic travellers. Maybe some live on this planet. But the thing about this planet itself, it's been voted the most primitive planet amongst the all sort of technically evolved races, species out there. There's some that have evolved without technology. They've got a minimum of technology, and they make these fabulous paradisical Gardens of Eden still, because I said, well, no, we're happy living like this with nature. We're totally happy living like this. And you can meet some people on this planet still, in the Amazon and other places, what try to live or do live pretty close or in symbiosis with nature, you see. So, but you can't do that when you've got millions and millions and millions and millions and billions of people crammed into cities, piled on top of each other, 20, 30 stories high, all these families in little rooms, like chickens in coops. And so, and then what's happening to the planet itself, degradation, but not because of all the people, but because of the leaders, the lack of leadership that wants it all. It wants all the people who work so hard and all this running around to can breed more of them, and then because then you make them better with medicine. Now they're going to make them sick with medicine, but that's not the point. The point is they make them better. They've got a lot more people, and they all want a car, and they all want a house, all want all the things that you see on commercial television in America or in places like that, what live purely by commercialism. America's it's commercial extremism, so is China, and that's a very interesting thing. So Britain, so Australia, but let's just use the PMOs of commercialism. China was said it was a communist country, and everyone was sort of equal. We were hoping, some of us, watching this thing go on, we were hoping that China would have learned something from Russia, would allow some sort of freedom for people, but not this debt serfdom which they tried to copy paste from America. Now it's a big problem because Chinese are all into consumption and shopping and all that, and they're making millions of things for the world in their factories for hoping other people would consume them. And now all that on America, it's all about consumption and how much you have and how many things you buy. You've got to have a satisfaction. If you can't hunt, you've got to gather things from the shop. And that's what's this buying trinkets from. Shops with all this stuff made in China by presentable Chinese people sitting there all day putting little plastic gadgets together with little bits of motor in them to make them do something. And they're brilliant at it. The Chinese are absolutely brilliant at it. But it's a very, very great shame then that all this work by all these individuals hoping one day to have a better life like the rich couldn't be given a sort of a better life without having to be rich. See, if the reward of being more self-sufficient was equal to the reward of being sort of totally dependent, if the reward is either, the basic amenities of life, you need to be able to grow your food, you need to know, those sort of things. You need to be able to sustain yourself in a way and it's safe and legal and lawful. We don't want, there's no good upsetting things and having the lawless destroying the peace and tranquility of the lawful. Well, that seems to be happened a bit because it seems a lot of governments have become almost lawless in that they would threaten the livelihood of mass of people but not offering leadership on against war for a start. So you think human beings all would learn by now that war is really, but it doesn't get you anywhere. It gets you destruction and terrifying existence for so many people. But it's never resolving because they're still having similar wars about the same thing. Control over money. It's not even a bit of control over land, but mostly it's about control over the trade. And I don't get that because surely it's all global, interlinked in global trade. The whole thing's interlinked. We all need each other for something. There's nothing, you can't take it out of the system. All that really is required, without all that, is for people to learn to consume less. And people then, providing that consumption also means less consumption of currency, it goes to the top as well as right through. And when you take that off, less consumption from the top of what they don't need, they've got enough. When you've got that reduced, then you can reduce the stress on the people and reduce the amount of hours they need to be productive. And therefore you can reduce the stress on the planet by also encouraging people to have fewer children, if that's what is the burden of. There must be a conversation that's beyond PC and addresses things rather honestly, rather than always breaking down to acrimony after 2 minutes. But the lack of leadership on planet Earth, it is rather odd, isn't it, when you see all these strong people with nuclear weapons. They can't say, look, we don't. Hello, how are you going? I mean, we're going a bit carried away, aren't we? Just to show off our weapons, how good our weapons are. And what's the point? It proves nothing. It doesn't prove. He went arm wrestling. Yeah, that would prove something. But just throwing tomahawk with missiles or whatever they are, shooting missiles at someone doesn't prove anything. It proves you can press a button and obey an order to kill someone. That's all. But it's not much of a hero sitting somewhere with a computer ordering the death of hundreds of people, and you're sitting there in your bunker. They're not heroes, those people. The ones who say, we don't want to do that, we don't want any war, they're the heroes. If people say we don't want war, they're always heroes. They're always put down as cowards. You're a coward. If you don't want to go to war and die, you're a coward. Well, I don't know. In these wars they have would come, there is no heroics at all. It's just sitting there and hiding in bunkers and pressing buttons. It's not heroics. There's nothing heroic about playing games with millions of people's human lives and getting them blown up while you sit hiding in the bunker. It's a sad time because, as I said, the Intergalactic Centre are really putting humans down as a more primitive race in all of the galaxy, if not the cosmos. That is a primitive in the fact they've got technology to make life beautiful and easy, but instead they're using technology to make life ugly and so much effort. Technology is supposed to make life easier. It's just making life harder and harder, and people don't understand what easiness is. Maybe the unhappiness is maybe the easiest thing of all to attain, when it might not cost anything to be happy. Just to live in peace with your neighbour should be about as happy and much in your family, and free from oppression should be about as happy as you can get. You don't need anything much more than that.